Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to share how I updated my kitchen cabinets. They are oak cabinets from the 1990s. They're very common, a lot of homes have these, and I updated them without painting them. I didn't want to have a huge task and I didn't want to spend a lot of time or money, so this was what I did. I ended up getting a product called Briwax and I got it off of Amazon, and I used the Tudor Brown shade, but there's all kinds of different shades to choose from, and it will clean, stain, and polish your cabinets. So that means there's no sanding, there's no extra coat to put on after you're done staining. So if you have oak cabinets that you're wanting to update but you don't necessarily want to paint them, then stay tuned because I'm going to share all the details in this video. So my name is Emily and I blog at queenofthehousehold.com. And first of all, the thing that you're going to want to do is get your cabinets really clean. You can see here I have a lot of gunk, especially in the little corner crevices. So I wiped down all of my kitchen cabinets, and where there was extra gunk that I couldn't get out with my sponge, I tried a toothbrush, and then eventually I ended up using the tip of a knife just to get all of that little gunk out of there so that the stain would adhere to the cabinets. The only products that you actually need are the Briwax, which you can get for about $20 online, or most hardware stores have this as well. And then you're going to need two rags, one for applying the Briwax and then one for rubbing it in and getting the excess off. I will also suggest using gloves. I started out without any gloves and I regretted it because it was getting on my skin, so I quickly learned to put on some gloves. But you can see here, this was kind of at room temperature, and so it was a little bit liquidy, and then here I'd have been using it a while, and so you can see that it kind of does firm up and kind of has a gel-like texture once you start using it. As you start using the gel, you'll get used to how it works and like how much to put on. But I started out with just a very little amount because I was a little nervous. But eventually I started putting on a lot more on my rag. You'll see that it thickens up, and you really want to just rub that first coat on and just get it all covered as much as possible. And then you're going to take your second rag after this has been applied, and then you're going to rub off all of the excess. In this section that I'm doing, you can see the big difference between the oak original cabinets and then what has the Briwax on it. I had actually already done behind the cabinets and the drawers at this point, and so I was just coming back and getting the doors wiped down. But what a difference you can tell between those yellowy orange oak and just putting on that layer of Briwax. I could not believe the transformation, and it was so easy to do, and I just absolutely loved doing this project and just how simple it was, because you don't have to be super precise. I mean, you rub it on and then you try and just buff out as much as you can. There's really no way to make a mistake with it. So you can see here that some of the little crevices, it was hard to get the Briwax off, so I did end up using a butter knife, and I would just put it in between the rag and just run the butter knife with the rag through the crevices and get out extra Briwax that was left. Now this section of my oak cabinets are not actual solid wood. It's just like, I think it's like a particle board with maybe an oak finish on the top. And so the Briwax did not stick to this as well. You can see it's not as dark as the other cabinets were, and so that was a little bit disappointing. So I just want to make sure that you know that the Briwax might not stick to these types of wood where it's not the solid oak that you are trying to update. But I was okay with it. It wasn't like super disappointing. It did darken it. It just wasn't as dark as I was hoping for. So this is a quick before of the oak cabinets, just so you can see. I didn't really get video, I just had picture. And then this is after, when I had applied the coat of Briwax, and it definitely darkens up the cabinets and gives it more of an updated feel. But I didn't just stop here. I decided that I wanted to do more. So I purchased a faucet off of Amazon, and then I installed that myself. It wasn't too difficult, but it was sure disgusting when I pulled the old one out. So I cleaned all that up and put in the new faucet. And then I also purchased some hardware to put on my cabinets. There wasn't any to begin with, and so adding it just really elevated the space. And again, I purchased the hardware off of Amazon as well. So I will leave links below if you are interested in checking out the Briwax or the faucet or the cabinet hardware. I will leave all of that below. I also have a blog post that you can save, or if you want to go visit it and maybe even pin it so that you can come back to it and you can check out that blog post. I will leave that below as well. So I have some more videos that are going to be coming your way because I am doing other things to update this kitchen on a budget, and I can't wait to share them with you. It's looking so good in here, but I will see you in the next video. Bye.